Hi everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back into the Paper Castle. I have yet another rummage sale haul to share with you guys. This was the rummage sale that was not supposed to happen. I was not supposed to go out this particular day. I was planning on staying home and just listing because, like I said, I've got so much inventory, death pile, a mile high. I have no business going any sales. There was one out past Wendy in Pennsylvania that she was going to that was huge, and I was really tempted to go, but that one was an hour and 20 minutes for me. And with all the stuff that I already have and time and gas money, I just didn't want to do it. So I wished her luck, and I was really planning on staying here, and then I saw an ad on Facebook or Craigslist for this sale just over the border in PA. And it was only 40 minutes from my house. I'd been there a few years ago, and I knew the prices were amazing. So, I had absolutely no willpower, and got dressed, got in the car, and drove over there. I did pretty well, but I think even better than the things I bought was the information that I learned. Always make sure you talk to people in line, guys. In addition to just, being able to make some connections and make friends, you can learn a lot from the people standing around you in line. And I got to talking to this lady behind me who happened to be a local, and we were talking about, big rummage sales, and she's like, oh, have you ever been to this one? And apparently right down the street from where this sale was being held, there was a huge sale at an ice rink that they have every year to benefit the cancer center at the local hospital. I'd never heard of it before. I found their Facebook group, or their Facebook page. I signed up for their emails. So next year, I will be locked and loaded and ready to go to this one. So I'm very grateful to her for giving me that information. They actually had their bag sale the day after this rummage sale, and I really wanted to go, but again, I had something else going on and just couldn't get there. So, let me show you what I got. Everything here I didn't pay any more than 75 cents for. I think I spent a whopping total of maybe $12.25. It's crazy. But when I first walked in, they have a main room, then they have kind of a Christmas hallway. I don't know. They've got this little section of Christmas as you're walking through to another room. They've got jewelry. They've got a quote-unquote boutique room, which look like mostly clothes, and then they have a big clothing room. So I went to the main room first, went to the health and beauty table, which was kind of just a mishmash of stuff. Looking for perfume, didn't find anything good. But I did find two items. I think I paid 25 to 50 cents a piece for each one of these. First is this Apto Skincare Face Mist, set of two. One is turmeric curcuma, and the other one is pomegranate grenade. These only sell for about $10 plus shipping, but not a bad profit on 25 cents. And then I picked up this Cuccio Yoga Calm & Clean Epsom Salt Hand and Body Wash. Again, pay 25 cents. Probably make $10 plus shipping. Then in the craft section, I picked up two things. I got this vintage Weave It wooden loom. I've bought a number of these over the years. They've always sold. I don't know what the fascination with these things is, but people love them, especially if they have all the instructions, which this one does under this needle, and if they have the big long needle that goes with it. I think I listed this, paid 25 cents and listed this for, I think like 22 with free shipping, something around there. And then I got this Cricut Cartridge. This is Joys of the Season. As you can see, it's all Christmas themed. All the Cricut machines, if any of you are crafters out there, you know They've all gone digital in the past few years. They don't use cartridges anymore. But there's still a lot of people out there, including me, who still have the older machines that use the cartridges. And if you can find them new, that's even better, because that means that they're definitely unlinked. And by unlinked, I mean Cricut put out this little device where you could kind of load all your personal cartridges onto it without having to switch them out all the time. And people really, if they're buying them used, want them unlinked. So if you can find a new one and you know for sure that it's not linked to anybody else's little tool that they use to download their cartridges, then that's a bonus. Now this one I think I paid 50 cents for, and I just listed it for, I think, $19.99 with free shipping. And the last thing I found on the craft table was this vintage set of Hallmark Stationery. I can't find one like this anywhere on eBay. Kind of has these rosebuds and this lace scallop detail on the edges. It is brand new and complete. There is no title. It just says how many pieces of paper and how many envelopes are in it. Somewhere around here. Oh, over here, which is very hard to see. But I listed this kind of high, I think at $25 plus shipping, because some of this older stationery does really well, especially if it's complete. Okay. Next thing in that room, of course, I got some coffee mugs. Whoops, that was from the Christmas room. They had a lot of mugs. Somebody got rid of their whole collection. It looked like they collected them as they went across the United States, but I didn't find really anything worth picking up from any of those boxes. But I did find this big, oversized, grumpy decaf coffee mug from the Disney store. This was 25 cents. It had some spoon marks in it. I used some Barkeeper's Friend, cleaned them out. So it's looking pretty good right now. And I believe I listed this for around... Oh, no, I didn't even list this yet, did I? No, I didn't. I'm probably going to list this for $22.99 plus shipping. Kind of have to raise my prices on the mugs since shipping's going up. Then on my second trip through the main room, I went through the main room once, then did Christmas, boutique room, the linens, and all that stuff. And then I made one more run around the main room just to see if I'd missed anything. And apparently I'd missed this little mug, unless somebody had it in their bag and they put it back. But I picked this one up because it is an anthropology mug with all these illustrated people around it. And on the handle it says people person. Got this for $0.25, and I think I listed it for, I believe, it was $13 or $15 plus shipping. So yeah, that's the other thing. I think I'm not going to put free shipping on my mugs anymore. I think I'm just going to add shipping in case things get returned. You know, people want all their money back, and I'm not going to pay to ship it and ship it back. So that's why I'm not going to do free shipping as much on certain items. All right, let's see what else. All right, then I went to the Christmas section. I got this Lightkeeper Pro for I think 75 cents. We have one of these and it does work. It doesn't work 100%, but it has fixed a bunch of our light strands over the years. So I like it. I'm actually thinking that I might keep this to see if, you know, maybe because ours doesn't work 100%, is that because it's old or because it just doesn't work 100%? So I might keep this one just so I can test that theory and see if this one might work a little better. Then I got this coffee mug, which on the front says 3 Wise Women. Now that makes sense. This is from Susie Toronto. And it says here on the mug, 3 wise women. If there had been 3 wise women, they would have arrived 3 days early, swept the stable, gathered fresh linens, and had a hot meal ready and waiting when the Christ child arrived. Yet they come today bearing 3 priceless gifts, love, laughter, and friendship. Merry Christmas and a wonderful, wonderful, wacky New Year. I just thought that was really sweet. And true. So again, paid $0.25, probably get around $22 when you include shipping. All right, then I went to, oops, still doing Christmas. Sorry, guys. I got this Blue Sky Clayworks candle sleeve from Heather Goldmink. There's no year on this, which is kind of unusual because usually she dates everything. But it's just this sparkly, glittery Christmas village. Again, I paid 50 cents or something like that, and should be able to get probably 15 to 20 plus shipping. And they had a tree with all their ornaments hanging all over it. Unfortunately, I noticed that the boxes for some of them were down below the tree. So when I found this one hanging on the tree, I made sure that I snatched the box that went with it. Now I can't get it out of here. Okay. So there is a little snow-covered Christmas village. It's very, very detailed, but there is no name. This isn't a Libyen or a Bill Yee or a Nequa or any of those. I don't know who made this, but it's very pretty. I think I listed this for $17.99 plus free shipping. And then the last thing I found in the Christmas section was, of course, another needlepoint stocking. I can never pass these up when I find them. This Santa golfer, he has petty point face and hands. And I believe I listed him for around 20 or 25 plus shipping. Then I went to the linen room. And I got 4 Souvenir Tea Towels. I always buy these when I can find them really cheap. They might take a little bit of time to sell, but they're always very consistent sellers. I believe I've sold every one that I've ever purchased. And these are all from Australia. Somebody went to Australia and bought a lot of stuff because there were Australian souvenirs scattered all over this place on this particular day. So these 4 were never used. There's this one. 3 of these are by this designer called Heil, H-E-I-L. And the other one is from Linen Union, I believe. But they're really nice, great condition, never been used. I paid $0.25 a piece for them, and I normally sell these for around 10 to 15 plus shipping. This one is just kangaroos. This one is all the different animals. Emu, kookaburra, I think that is. Kangaroo, koala bear. And then more emus and kangaroos. Koala bears, platypus. You get the idea. So, those are easy to ship, easy to list, cost me almost nothing. It's a no-brainer. Oh, and then the other thing that I got in the main room was this little Spinny Organizer, and this I'm just going to keep for myself and probably put some of my craft pens or something in that. So that was a good purchase. So that's it from that rummage sale. No home runs, unfortunately, but as I was coming home, I knew there were a few small neighborhood sales in my town, so I decided to drive through those before I went home. The one neighborhood I went through had, I don't know, 10 or 12 sales, and I found absolutely nothing. So I was a little discouraged, but then I went down the road a mile or two and found another neighborhood sale with 2 or 3 houses, and those were the places where I scored some good stuff. So the first one, I walked around, I wasn't finding anything. I was not very happy, and then I hit the last table and saw these 2 little guys and knew before I even picked them up that they were Fenton. This is a little Fenton Burmese or satin glass squirrel, signed on the bottom, M. Wagner. He had a few little scuff marks on him, but I cleaned him up with a magic eraser, and he looks almost new. And then I found his friend, the little mouse, signed by Joan E. They do have the Fenton ovals on them, but they're very hard to see. One's there. The other one is over here. They had no price on them, so I went up to the lady. I said, how much for these little animals? She said, oh, they're $1 a piece. Fantastic. Gave her $2 and went back to my car and looked these guys up, and they're each worth around, I think, 40 to 60 a piece. So pretty good profit for $1 each. And then the next house I went to, again, I was walking around. I wasn't finding anything. I figured I'm going to go, back to my car empty-handed, and then I saw this box. And before I even turned this tag over, I knew exactly what it was. I knew it was a Michael Aram piece and got very excited, although I didn't know what the price was, because the lid of the box was underneath this piece like it is now. So I turned the box over and it said $5. I was like, woo, $5, awesome. Gave her $5 and looked it up in my car, and this piece is worth around $100. So very profitable neighborhood yard sale. This designer, he's very popular. This is how you spell his name. He makes a lot of home deck pieces like this, a lot of like entertaining pieces, snack bowls and trays and cheese boards, and he also makes picture frames, all that kind of stuff. But if you look up the completed listings of his items on eBay, they make a pretty penny. So keep an eye out for his items. And then the next day, there wasn't much going on in my town at all, or surrounding towns. And I left here, went to one other tiny little neighborhood sale, and then came right back home. And I only found one thing there that still made it worth the trip. I got this vintage set of lbert bookends. They're called unuser-friendly bookends. And as you can see, it looks like lbert is being pulled through the computer, and he also actually spins around. Both sides spin around. So I tried to take pictures of him in different positions when I took pics for eBay, because it's hard to do a video on this, because, I don't know, just sit here and spin him around with your hand. I don't know. So I just took pictures of it in different positions. These are fairly hard to find. I think the last few sets that sold on eBay sold for around 40 to 50. Someone else has these listed for 70, and they've said that they're in excellent condition. So I looked at mine, and then I was a little upset because I noticed that one of his little fingers was broken off. But when I took a second look at the listing that the other seller had on eBay, they said, oh, they're in excellent condition. And when I looked at their pictures close up, I think he had 2 or 3 fingers broken off on this hand. And I'm like, excellent condition? Really? Okay. So because of that, I think I'm going to list mine for $50 or best offer plus shipping and see what happens. But I only paid $1, and I'm very confident that I'll make a good profit on these. So that's it, everyone. There's actually 3 rummage sales coming up this weekend. They're all on the same day. One I've been to a million times. The other 2 I've never been to before in my life. Or maybe there's 2 rummage sales. Or 2 or 3. Maybe there's 2. One I've never been to in my life, and the other one I've been to a lot. So I think I might hit the new one. We'll have to see. I'm waiting for the pictures to come out for the other one. So fingers crossed I find something at one or both of them if I decide to make that commitment. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.